Me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring.
What's all the fuss about? Well, the Paris Olympics, yeah. The big, glitzy, glamorous event has stirred up quite the storm. You'd think with all that preparation, things would go off without a hitch, right? Well, not exactly, and now the backlash is hitting like a tidal wave. But here's the kicker: Raygun isn't ducking for cover. Nope. They're stepping into the spotlight. Ready to clear the air. Let's be real, the Paris Olympics didn't quite turn out the way everyone hoped. It's like when you plan a perfect vacation, only to end up in a hotel that looks nothing like the photos. Disappointing, right? Well, that's the vibe around the Paris Olympics right now. People are frustrated, and the criticism is flying left, right, and center. But guess what? Raygun's not here to play the blame game. They're here to talk facts. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly went wrong? It's a fair question. The Paris Olympics was supposed to be this epic, once-in-a-lifetime event, a celebration of athleticism, unity, and, let's not forget, a hefty dose of French flair. But somewhere along the line, things went sideways. And when things go sideways on a global stage, well, people tend to notice. Enter Raygun. Instead of dodging the heat, they're stepping up. They know people are upset. They know the expectations were sky high. And they totally get why everyone's a bit ticked off. But here's the thing. Raygun isn't about to sweep this under the rug. They're ready to speak up, set the record straight, and maybe even drop a truth bomb or two. Imagine this. You're at a fancy dinner party, and someone spills the wine. Everyone's embarrassed, and the room goes silent. Now, most people would try to ignore the mess, maybe throw a napkin over it, and hope no one noticed. But Raygun, they're the ones who stand up, grab the wine bottle, and say, "Let's talk about what just happened." They're not here to cover up the spill. They're here to address it head on. So what does Raygun have to say? Well, for starters, they're not pretending everything was perfect. They're owning up to the fact that the Paris Olympics had its fair share of hiccups. But they're also reminding us that it's easy to criticize from the sidelines. Organizing an event of this magnitude? It's no walk in the park. It's more like a tightrope walk, juggling flaming torches with a blindfold on. And sometimes things don't go exactly as planned. But Raygun is here to face the music, to have an open and honest conversation about the challenges they encountered. Raygun understands the disappointment and frustration felt by the public, and they're committed to learning from the missteps and making improvements for the future. They believe in transparency and accountability, and they're not shying away from their responsibility. They're ready to address the issues head-on, to acknowledge the criticisms, and work towards creating a better experience for all. So amidst all the speculation and finger-pointing, Raygun stands tall. They understand that mistakes happen, and they're determined to take the necessary actions to ensure that the Paris Olympics becomes a point of pride rather than disappointment. It's not about dwelling on what went wrong. It's about learning from it and moving forward. And that's exactly what Raygun is here to do. But here's the twist. Raygun isn't just here to defend. We're here to learn, to listen, and to figure out how to do better next time. Because let's face it, there's always a next time. And when that time comes, we want to be ready. We're committed to turning this around, to taking your feedback, your frustration, and yes, even the backlash, and turning it into something positive. So where do we go from here? That's the big question. We're not going to sugarcoat it. There's work to be done. But we're up for the challenge. We're rolling up our sleeves, getting down to business, and making sure that our next big event doesn't just meet your expectations, it blows them out of the water. You see, the Paris Olympics may not have been perfect, but this isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter, one where we learn valuable lessons, make significant improvements, and most importantly, where the next event is nothing short of spectacular. So stay tuned, folks. We've got more to say. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Because if there's one thing we've learned from all of this, it's that we know how to turn a setback into a comeback. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see how we're going to do it.
Area on Olympics.com. All the results are there. I'm going to be in Europe for a few weeks for some pre-planned downtime, but I'd really like to ask the press to